coming up on ATV News.
Sure, we're an ag school, but when was the last time you had vegetables fresh from the farm? They're more affordable than you might think.
USU is giving you the tools you need to restart a heart. But do you know what or where they are?
Find out why our neighbors to the north are upset about the condition of the Preston City Cemetery.
The USU men's basketball team lost 14 games this year. Now that the season's over, I'll show you what else they're losing.
March came in like a lion and is probably going out like a lion.
All that coming up on ATV News.
Welcome to ATV News. I'm Jenna, Lynn.
And I'm Misty, Inglet.
There was a hazmat scare on Friday at USU's Animal Research Center.
We had an inadvertent release of some chlorine gas due to some autoclaving or some heating of some chlorine-containing cleaning compounds.
What this means is that a bunch of cleaning supplies containing chlorine overheated and became pressurized. This released the chlorine into the air in the form of a poisonous gas. People risked exposure to the gas through contact with their skin, eyes, or just by breathing. Exposure to chlorine gas can cause nausea, burning and blistering on the skin, or difficulty with breathing.
Fortunately, nobody was injured. We have sent 2 of our individuals to some medical care just as to be cautious to make sure that they were okay.
As another precaution, the research center was temporarily evacuated. Emergency responders were able to clean up the spill quickly, and everything at the center is now back to normal.
People in Preston, Idaho are upset. They say their relatives at the city cemetery are resting, but not in peace. Things at the Preston Cemetery are looking a little messy. Locals call it an unnecessary disaster. There are piles of dirt stacked all around, some partially dug and unfinished graves, headstones moved, and some of them broken. Caretakers say the damage is from moving things around to deal with winter burials and frozen ground. Graves were dug and headstones moved to make room for those who died during the winter. Because of frozen ground and all the snow, the damage was never fixed. Citizens appealed to the city council to have it repaired. Maintenance crews have already started the cleanup. They filled graves back in and put headstones back on the proper graves. They say they told the families who have broken headstones about the problem and will make things right. City officials say they expect the cemetery to be looking nice by the end of the week.
The Utah Homeland Security giveth and it taketh away. What they gave is grant money to the Logan Police Department. What they took is the public's ability to listen to dispatch on police scanners. ATV's Brandon Fonda shows us more.
Cash Sierra 50.
They use it for communication, tactics, and emergencies. But you already knew that because
the public can listen to all the channels on radios.
Just type in police scanner on the App Store. And with the tap of your finger, you can hear
everything that we talk about on the radio goes across to Scannerland.
But not for long. Although dispatch channels that are used to communicate with officers on patrol will still be available to the public's ears,
10 of 2014.
Tactical channels used by SWAT and the DEA will be encrypted or made unreadable by public.
It's incidents that we don't want the people to know if we're coming.
And for that privilege, the Northern Utah Homeland Security Committee awarded a lot of money.
$26,812, and we will use all of that to encrypt these 30 radios.
Money that will help keep the good guys safe.
But it's not all bad guys listening to sensitive information. Here at the Herald-Journal, listening to police scanners is a part of their job.
We have a scanner on all the time here, so it's just on every minute of the day. We're always kind of listening to it in the background to hear if there's been a big car accident, a fire, just any sort of breaking news.
Breaking news that might not be so breaking in this newsroom when certain police scanner channels disappear.
There could be some important details that could be missed or hindered because of this change.
I mean, I think it'll definitely put in some extra steps in for us.
Whether it's extra steps for safety or just to get the story out, the encrypted radios will bring changes for everyone involved. Brandon Fonda, ATV News.
LPD already bought the encrypted police radios and says they'll start using them in the next few weeks.
Coming up, we'll tell you how the writing department is turning the great American novel into a team sport.
In tug of war, relay races, and warrior games, we'll tell you about the Trident competition and how USU's ROTC did. Coming up after the break.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in your face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell him.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
persuasive.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Welcome back. If someone you loved were having a heart attack, would you know how to help them? Our Tmera Bradley is live to tell us more about some life-saving information not everyone knows. Tmera?
That's right, Jenna. Right now I'm standing next to an automated external defibrillator. They're all over campus. But if you don't know what they are, don't feel too bad because neither do a lot of other people.
What we need to do is we need to roll him on the side.
A heart attack. Imagine this was happening to someone nearby. In the past, your only option may have been to wait for the ambulance. Now, thanks to USU Emergency Manager Judy Crockett, AED life-saving devices designed specifically for emergencies like this are all over campus.
Ideally, I would like to have one on every floor in every building.
Crockett began the project of installing the devices after an AED saved Aggie basketball player Danny Berger's life in December 2012. She even had an instructional video made.
And the AED will give you instructions.
Still, not everyone knows the devices even exist. Have you ever heard of an AED?
No, I have no idea. No, I haven't. Sorry.
Do you know what an AED is?
Yes, I do.
Have you seen the signs around campus that say AED?
No.
Oh yeah, the things by the elevators.
An AED is an automated external defibrillator. Do you know what that is?
Is that something like health related? Aren't they for like when people have like a heart attack?
If you had to find one right now, do you know where one is?
No.
On my floor, I know exactly where it is.
A fire extinguisher is an emergency device located on the wall that we're used to seeing and using. The problem with the AEDs right now is unfamiliarity. Do you think you'd know how to use it if you needed to?
No.
I could give it a go.
That would be a good thing to know.
I'm hoping people will be comfortable enough to use them.
Would you be willing to try it on someone if they were dying?
Maybe. I'd be a little scared. I don't want to hurt anyone. I'd be willing to break it open and see what's in there.
I just want everybody to watch the video. These are so simple and so easy. You can't mess them up. Pay attention in the buildings where they're located at.
So are you gonna find one now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find one.
So as you can see, it's pretty important to know where these things are located throughout campus in case of emergencies. The people that I spoke to in this very building didn't even know that there was one right down the hall from them. Back to you, Misty.
Yeah, I didn't know there was one so close either, so good to know. Thanks, Tmera. To see a map of where all the AEDs are on campus, go to usu.edu/map.
There's an anonymous notebook in the writing department that you should check out if you like to read or even write. This isn't your sister's diary. Located on the first floor of the Raby West building, this book is actually a fictional story, with each entry building on the one before it, and anyone can write in it. The notebook can be temporarily removed and taken anywhere the borrower feels inspired to write.
It's whatever people decide to make it, like that it grows and evolves and turns into whatever it's going to be based on the input everybody puts in.
And so our goal is just to have fun, I think. At least that's what I think the goal is. To get students excited about writing and to feel like they're participating in something collectively.
This project is open to all students, not just those in the English department. Once the novel is filled up, it will be put on display and a new notebook will take its place. So Misty, could you name an F-16 if it flew overhead right now?
You know, I actually couldn't, but I bet you the ROTC could.
Probably.
Our Becky Eisenhower went to the Tri-Det competition here at Utah State, and she'll show you who took home the gold.
We are here at the Tri-Det competition. It's a competition between Utah State, University of Utah, and Brigham Young University, the Air Force ROTC programs.
We have flag football, we have frisbee, we also have aircraft competition where we recognize aircraft with the Air Force Association. We also do relays, we do PT competitions, and we're going to have some Aggie ice cream at the end.
Each of these schools have slightly different rules, and we run things slightly different ways. And then coming here, we all have to go by one rule book.
It's about friendly competition, getting the cadets from these three schools together, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's pretty competitive.
BYU won last year, but we're looking to retake that trophy this year.
Although each school is competing for their own title, the Tri-Det competition brings a sense of camaraderie to all three schools.
Come on, you got this! Even though from another school and there's like that friendly competition, you possibly could be fighting with them and dying with them.
You establish some lasting bonds with some really great people, and you learn a lot of really good leadership skills that are applicable anywhere you might go in life.
And it wasn't just cadets who were at the Tri-Det competition on Saturday. Friends, grandparents, and wives were all there in their Ute, Cougar, or Aggie gear to support their troops.
These guys are going to have some pretty difficult jobs ahead of them. It's pretty scary jobs ahead of them, I think, and I think it's also nice for us as the wives to see them like enjoying it. So we're kind of building our own support system here.
Go! And with all that support, one detachment was able to win the whole thing. The cadets in charge used the scores from all of the sporting events, the open ranks inspection, and the flight drill evaluation to get each detachment's final score.
If we competed nationally, you guys would kick everyone's rear end.
This year, Utah State's Detachment 860 took home the gold and sent the Utes and the Cougars home packing. Becky Eisenhower, ATV News.
With this year's competition over, each detachment is already working hard to prepare for next year.
It's good to know where your food comes from. So did you know you can get organic produce right here on campus? And it's for a lot cheaper than you can get in the stores. This is the greenhouse where the USU Organic Farm grows some of their crops. Lettuce, the main harvest in spring, is sold on the TSC patio. For $2.50 a bag, you can get fresh lettuce for a salad or grow your own for 75 cents.
Basically, we're here for the students, provide them a service of something local and something sustainable, something, healthy for them.
I feel there's a direct correlation between the way we treat our bodies with food and the way that we treat the earth and our food. And right now we are not very sustainable. We're not being very fair to the earth or our bodies with the way we eat.
At the stand, they can also give you recipes for healthy eating.
Coming up after the break, ATV's Tmera Bradley will have your Cache Valley weather forecast.
And contrary to the beautiful weather we had yesterday, the current temperature in Logan is a cold and rainy 48 degrees.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in your face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell him.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
persuasive.
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. help. I made it.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book could be the first that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back. So Tmera, yesterday was fantastic. It was sunny, people were out on the quad, and then today happened.
Yeah, it's so rainy and wet out there. I don't like it. Please tell me we're getting sun back soon.
Well, maybe for this weekend. But first of all, yeah, back to yesterday, it was the warmest it's been all March. It was the nicest day we've had this month.
Believe it.
So yeah, I know it's really sad because if you take a look outside right now, I'll show you what it looks like right now. It's like raining. It almost looks like snow to me. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of disappointed to look out the window and see that. But I'll show you what the national weather looks like right now as well. So over in the East Coast, it looks like not much is going on over there, honestly. There's not a whole lot. Down in Florida, all the way up to Maine, it looks pretty clear. And then moving on to the Midwest, Oklahoma though, look at that, you guys. It's a huge storm over there. I don't know really what's going on exactly, but it's kind of crazy there for right now. And then going back to Utah where we're at right now, it looks fine. Northern Utah where we are, you can see definitely that snow is showing up, that rain is showing up on our radar. So let's zone in on Utah and I'll show you closer what it looks like. So the hardest hitting areas are from Salt Lake Valley down to Provo. That's kind of the general storm area where it's getting hit pretty hard. And then up here in Logan, we've kind of got the tail end of it. We're not quite as bad, but still not really March weather. Let's go on to our 7-day forecast and I'll show you what it's gonna look like for the rest of the week. Today, we've got Wednesday, there I am, surprise. We've got some rain coming in, like we said, it said a 60% chance, but guys, it's raining now, so obviously. And then in Thursday, we've got snow as well, and that is so not March weather. Like, I didn't expect snow, but sorry, that's what we're gonna get. And then Friday, it looks a little bit better, kind of in the 50s, still kind of breezy and a little bit partly cloudy as well. But Saturday looks like it's gonna be the nicest day this week. So it's gonna be about 62 and some sun, still a little bit of wind. Sunday, the rain comes back. Monday, it's sunny. And then Tuesday, here it comes again, guys. The rain is gonna come in again and a low of 29, high of 47. So that's kind of what your week looks like for so far. So if you're planning anything this weekend, Saturday is your golden day.
Well, at least that's good. We get one good day in there.
I know, one day.
If all this rain keeps up, though, it's going to be a huge muddy mess for softball, right, Jason?
Yeah, that's not going to be fun to be out there playing if it's raining. But they're not home until next week, so we'll see. Hopefully next week the weather's better, and Tmera, that's a great color. Coming up in sports, I'll let you know where the gymnastics team is headed for regionals, and I'll show you which USU player dominated from the mound and from the plate over the weekend.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome to another jam-packed edition of ATV Sports. I'm Jason Borba. Let's get things started outside on the softball field where the Aggies hosted a 3-game series against the Colorado State Rams. After winning the first 2 games by one run each, USU was looking for their series sweep on Sunday. We get things started in the bottom of the first inning with pitcher Noel Johnson at the plate and 2 runners on base. After a 1-ball, 2-strike count, Johnson ripped the 4th pitch over the left field fence for the home run, giving the Aggies a 3-0 lead. USU got hot again in the 5th inning after Victoria Cicito hit a home run over left field, and Johnson followed that up with another home run of her own for a total of 7 runs for the Aggies. Johnson was just as good on the mound, allowing 3 hits, 2 runs, while throwing 6 strikeouts in 7 innings of play. USU swept the Rams, winning Game 3, 7-2.
I felt really relaxed at the plate. Feels really good. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you where the pitches were. I just swung as hard as I could.
She's a workhorse for us. She loves the role right now, and she's really relishing it. And I think she's just more comfortable with everything that's going on.
USU was picked to be last in the conference before the season began, and after sweeping the Rams, the Aggies start off 3-0 in Mountain West play. Their next series will be on the road against Fresno State. Utah State Gymnastics already knew they were headed to the NCAA regional tournament, but on Monday they found out who their opponents would be and where exactly they would be competing.
Joining Utah and UCLA in the regional.
That was the reaction of the team when they found out they would be the 5th seed in the regional tournament. The Aggies are headed to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and will be joined by Utah, UCLA, Arkansas, Arizona State, and UC Davis. This is the first time USU has qualified as a team since 2007, and they say they're ready to tumble and roll.
Going in number 5, it's cool to see our name, like Utah State, like in regionals. Like it's just a cool feeling. I'm really excited.
The top 2 teams from each region will advance to the 2014 NCAA Gymnastics National Championships beginning April 18th. The Aggie men's basketball team had a rough first season in the Mountain West, and it doesn't seem like things will get any easier in year 2. USU is losing 5 seniors to graduation, and it seems more players are on their way out. Last week, the school announced that Danny Berger and Jordan Stone would be leaving the basketball program. Berger cites more playing time as the reason for him leaving. Stone is graduating in the summer, but will have 1 more year of eligibility left and could be taking his talents somewhere else. But the biggest blow came yesterday when head coach Stu Morrill announced that starting forward Kyle Davis would be leaving the Aggies after 1 season. The sophomore was 3rd on the team in scoring and 1st in blocks with 1.3 per game. Morrill said he wishes nothing but the best for all 3 players, and he greatly appreciates their contributions to Utah State basketball. USU will have only 4 returning players from this year's roster, so it looks like it might be a rebuilding year for the Aggies next season. The men's NCAA tournament, aka March Madness, is in full swing with the Sweet 16 coming up this weekend. Many brackets were busted over the weekend, starting with the first game of the tournament. The 11th-seeded Dayton Flyers shocked the Ohio State Buckeyes 60 to 59, and that busted nearly 70% of ESPN's brackets. The next day, the 14th-seed Mercer Bears took down the powerhouse Duke Blue Devils, winning 78-71. In the second round, 10th-seeded Stanford took a Final Four favorite Kansas, and Andrew Wiggins couldn't even stop the Cardinals from advancing to the Sweet 16 as they fell 60 to 57. Some of the marquee games coming up in the Sweet 16 will pit rivals Louisville against Kentucky, and 2 double-digit seeds Dayton and Stanford face off for a spot in the Elite 8. So girls, were you guys able to do a bracket this year?
Not me.
I did. I'm not doing very well in it, but I filled one out.
You have Wisconsin?
I do.
Yeah,
they're still in there.
They're a bunch of white guys though, so I don't like your chances. And Jenna, I am jealous. I shouldn't have filled one out because I didn't sleep for like 3 days trying to figure it out. And in the tournament, I'm just ripping out my hair. So we'll see what happens.
I'm just looking out for my health here.
Yeah. Good.
Thanks, Jason.
No problem.
All right, so coming up, trophies, tiaras, and talent. What makes Miss Amazing so amazing?
Someone you may have seen on TV might be attending USU next fall. Why your mom could see you on television coming up.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. There's a new queen in Utah, multiple actually. And over the weekend, our own Jill Hodson met with the royalty right here on campus.
Young ladies of all ages came to the Echoes Conference Center to share their talents and their favorite themes.
It was supposed
for
to be
the Miss
Jenna.
Amazing pageant. The Miss Amazing pageant is for young women with disabilities.
We accept anyone that has an IEP diagnosis.
IEP stands for Individualized Education Plan. It tailors each child's school program to fit their special needs. And each child here is special. The talent portion of the night was not scored. It was just for the audience to enjoy and the contestant. Many ladies shared their love for a common color.
I like the color pink.
I'm David Matthew Stewart.
I like pink.
Others had different interests.
My name's Erin Taka and I like monkey. I like to bake cupcakes and then sell them and give the money to charity.
Play with my sister downstairs in the basement.
There's more to Miss Amazing than only showcasing these beautiful girls.
I feel like this pageant can help them realize their potential and help them understand what they can help the world with.
The queen, which is Marty Moore. The queen, the junior team, is Kimberly Hansen. And the queen for the 2014-2015 reigning year is Holly Hunt.
Really excited because I got this big trophy.
Jill Hodson, ATV News.
And we're back to me again. I'm sorry for the mix-up earlier. Apparently didn't know who was reading that story. However, contestants came from across the state to compete for the crown and for a chance to attend nationals in Omaha, Nebraska this August.
Utah State University could be the new set for a reality TV show. 3 members of the Brown family, known from the reality TV show Sister Wives, visited USU's campus last week. Cody and his second wife, Janelle, came with their daughter, Madison, who is looking to come to Utah State on scholarship next fall. The Browns' camera crew was there to document the trip, and it will air during the 5th season. Thanks for watching ATV News.
Join us next Wednesday for Cache Valley's favorite news program. Have a great week.